Hey there my friends, this is Robin Hood, and today I am bringing you a 2 versus 2 that I played with my friend Indy Pride in Shogun 2 Total War. So this will be on the floodplain map here against Saucepan Baron and Relo 86. We're going to go to the battle here in just a second once this finishes loading, and I do believe it's been like a month since I played this battle, because, you know, I got on for a night with Indy, played like 9 battles or something. Haven't actually played this game since. Is this the battle? Yes, it is. Okay, so see my large army here. I have 3 Katana Cavalry over here, and 3 more over here. The Katana Cavalry Horde is back, my friends. I have no skirmishing, pure all-out rush army. Can see all my Katana Samurai across the board here. Most of them decently veteran. They're a rainbow of color, that's for sure. And then I have a few other cav. I don't remember quite where. Those are Indy's cav. Our Mons are so similar, so it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Let's see, my Katana cav. These Katana cav. Mine should be... Where did my Yari Cavalry go? Oh, well, I had like one or... Oh, there they are. I'm blind. But, yeah, a Yari Cav, 2 of them. Veteran, nice units there. And then, of course, my General. Right there. What the crap? This is Vanilla Shogun, and it is putting my Fall of the Samurai avatar on him. Oh, well. Armor's not quite as cool, but doesn't make a difference. So these guys... I was excited to bring back this, you know, Katana Cavalry Horde. I love cavalry. That was like my favorite thing ever on the planet. And you can see there is a ton of it in this battle. But these guys did in fact bring a very spear heavy build, so things weren't looking up right away, as these guys had almost completely spears. This guy has a few sword units in the back, Katana Samurai, and then even more spears. So we weren't figuring or quite sure how it was going to work out. Back here, this guy has quite a bit of cav, fire cav, mounted gunners, monk cav, Yari cav, and all that good stuff. But he also has these 2 monk units in here, which means our superior cavalry force, just in numbers, but, you know, that added with my veteran cav, and one of Indy's is veteran, yeah, this fire cav. Those 3 alone could beat this force, add this other stuff to do flanking and such, but, you know, these 2 units really make that kind of difficult, so I am actually going to send over a Katana Samurai unit and try to stop those guys so we can engage the cavalry. So there they are. Very nice green armor. And then these guys are actually in green too, it would seem, yeah. But right now it's just a standstill. Generally what I would do with this army, but I just pulled it out anyways because their army meant I wouldn't get to do what I wanted to. What I would do is I would rush across the map with my swords. Say here's their army. When my swords are like right here, I would bust my cavalry out of hiding, so they'd expect just like a suicide charge, and then all of a sudden tons of cavalry would come streaming, and right before my swords hit, my cavalry would hit like literally just a split second before, you know, like say right now is when they would hit, right there in front of the swords, so they'd get an excellent charge. The swords would come in, clean things up, and then my cavalry would run through their lines, and I'd have all my cav behind them, turn back around, sandwich it in, finished battles in like 15 seconds. I mean, back when I used to use this, excellent against lone sword spam. That's really what made me start using this army, but these days a lot of people do bring these spear builds, and so that's why I was hesitant to bring this. It is a risk, but my sword units are more, I mean, look at, Indy even has a spear build here. Tons of Yari Ashigaru. Some with Hold Firm and such. But my sword units are going to do just fine against a Yari Samurai army. So really, it wasn't all that bad. You can see them just absolutely cleaning house on these bows. Yeah, they are just getting wrecked right there. And this is the one guy in the bow unit with a sword. No, yep, down he goes. So basically just cleaning house on them and then running right into the swords. Back here, we're fighting this cav fight. My swords caught one of the Naginata monk units, but the other one actually got past, so there wasn't a ton I could do about that, getting our cavalry out of there. But right now, all of my katana cavalry is running around the flank because even though it's spear units, a hammer and anvil still hurts like crazy. And these units should start coming in a second. There's Nico running up. Yeah, here comes one of the hammer and anvils. And there they go. Katana Cav, very good unit. And that is going to destroy that unit. So you can see I pretty much just cleaned house, went right through this flank, and now my Katana Cavalry is coming in and sandwiching on Indy's side, which is going to rout these guys. So really it's just a rout down the field from my side. This cavalry mass just running about. These guys are the ones that fought over in this, and these sword units, forgot about them because the battle was so fast they didn't really get to do much. So you can just see all this cav running in, and that's pretty much it. There's really not a whole lot more to show there. Look at this guy, like, charging with his sword, attempting to do something. Yeah, that's not happening. Not happening. So the last units are these cavalry back behind. This guy swung his cavalry way around the flank since all of ours was on this side, but my Katana Cav and Yari Cav and Indy's Yari Cav, everything is going to run in here, and these guys are pretty much going to rout. Then back here, these Yari Ashigaru are going to fend off these Yari Samurai. You can see these guys are light Cavs, so they could run fairly well, but we got there in time to stop them. And you can see the cavalry just streaming over the hill. So really, they just have no chance. It's pretty much over. And what is this? Light Cav. Katana Cavalry here. Bit late to the party. That unit would have done very well charging me over on this flank, because I don't believe I had spears. I might have had one or two. Maybe an attendant unit. But I don't think I did. So that's that. And you know, they brought good armies. It was just we rushed so quickly that there was really nothing they could do. So that's going to be the end of that one. And we'll take a look at the statistics screen before this is all over. But you know, it felt good to use that army again. Not the ideal situation for it. Not the exact same army either. I always did bring like 2 Naginata attendants. Actually, they weren't around then, so I brought 2 Yari Ashigaru, 2 spear units though. And you know, I would have them just kind of sit behind in case Cav was there, but you can see I got quite a bit of kills there. And there's Indy's stats. Take a look at the unit statistics. Katana Cav up top. It's probably the one that did the major hammer and anvil. Rest of it, though, since my cavalry, you know, look at these guys. They did get, you know, almost 100 kills, these Katana Cav. And it was against a spear army, but not all my Katana Cavalry did as well, because they either weren't engaged, because some of them didn't really get to fight at all, because the battle was so quick. But really, it was just because my sword units pretty much just mowed through the army before anything else could happen. But that's that. Let's see, what was Indy's best unit? Saigon's Swordmasters. Very nice there, yeah. Oh well, guys, though, thank you for watching that battle. Hope you all enjoyed it. Good old army there, and I will see you guys next time with some more.